channel, our YouTube channel, because I feel like Maggie is in the intro to every vlog at the moment. It's the weekend. It is the very beginning of the weekend. It is a beautiful day outside, and it is a weekend full of blue jobs. And if you're new here, then you won't know that I am 6 weeks through a breakup. And the way that I've been coping with my breakup is redecorating my house from top to bottom. I've just cleared everything out, basically. It's out with the old and in with the new, but also sort of the other way round, where it's been out with the new and in with the old in terms of, in terms of I've been incorporating antique furniture, vintage furniture, etc. into my home, and it really has helped. My home does feel so much warmer, so much cozier, so much more like a home. And at the end of my last video, I managed to find a free fireplace surround. If you saw that video, you would have seen the state of said fireplace surround. Said fireplace surround needs a lot of love, and the love and attention begins today. It begins in B&Q because the fireplace has just come with the surround, not with a fire, not with a back panel, not with is it a hearth? Whatever the thing around the front of the fire goes. And in true Scarlet Martin style, girl measuring. My television is currently on the ceiling, and within literally an hour of watching TV last night, I've got neck ache. So how this is actually going to work in the long run, I don't know. I'm hoping my neck muscles adjust. We will see, but for now, this is just helping me. It's helping me cope, and I'm in a position now where I'm just focusing on myself. And I have a very gorgeous but small home that wouldn't be big enough realistically with the amount of stuff that I have for 2 people. And so all the while I'm single, which might be 6 months, it might be 6 years, I don't know, there's no need for me to have anything bigger than what I'm living in now. And so I need to make this home as amazing for myself, and as homely for myself, and as fantastic as I want it to be for myself. And so I'm investing in my space. I work from home, I'm home all the time, I'm a homebody, and I said in last week's vlog, I've never felt house proud, and even though the lounge currently is upside down, I'm very much beginning to be house proud with everything that I'm reincorporating into my home, and I'm really enjoying the journey. Even though said journey has been 6 weeks because I'm an impatient person and it's literally been like, I need to do this right now. What to expect in this week's video, aside from of course dog walking, horse riding, all of the usual, a B&Q trip. B&Q right next to HomeSense, so we're having a bit of a shopping day today. We need to do some redecorating, we need to do some love on this new fireplace, fit said fireplace and reorganise in front of us. And as well, if you're new here, I've been saying that now that my home is becoming something that I'm really proud of, I'm going to start hosting, and I have the girls coming over in 3 days. So I have 3 days to sort this out, because I am hosting my first ever evening, girls' evening, at my house. Since all the new furniture and stuff's come in anyway, so that's really exciting. We're going to be cooking together as per usual, and it's my last full week at home, because this will actually be the last vlog at home for 3 weeks, I think, because I'm away for work in Devon with the video after this, and then we're in Nashville, and I'm so excited. So this will be sort of the last horsey country side sort of home vlog for a couple of weeks, and then we're out and about doing different things. And it's a good job I've got my #1 helper by my side at all times, isn't it, baby? So before we go, actually, wait there. Not that you're going anywhere. Treated myself to some new shoes, and in the autumn I bought my first pair of loafers from this brand. I think you pronounce it Scarlet. It's an Italian brand, and my loafers, I live in them. They are the best made shoes I think I've ever felt or held. They're supposed to be a better quality than Loro Piana, and although they're still an investment, they are about 3/4 less of the price of Loro Piana, and you're still getting, well, supposedly a better quality, but if not as good of a quality. And so I bought a second pair because my other pair are chocolate suede, and they are a real loafer shoe, like a real smart shoe. And if you watched my Portugal vlog, I would have showed you my Steve Madden sort of dupes, alternatives to the Loro Piana summer walks. And then I saw that Scarlet do a similar pair, and I wanted something that was a darker shade to my Steve Madden ones, because actually if I'm super pale or if I'm wearing pale colours, they're the comfiest shoes I own, but they do sort of, because I'm a pale girly, they sort of do drown out my feet. I don't know if that's a weird thing for me to say, but I just wanted a darker pair of shoes basically that I can still wear almost as outdoor slippers, if that makes sense. So I'm hoping that these are going to be just as comfortable, but because they are made with real leather, real suede, you might take a bit of walking in, which is why I think today might be the perfect day to walk them in because I have a few days at home thereafter if I end up with blisters. These are said shoes, and they are a smart sort of outdoor slipper. They are very Loro Piana coded, and they're in this beautiful dark deep taupey sort of colour, but they're absolutely beautiful, and I'm going to wear them today, going to wear them in. I love this brand so much, and I'm really excited to sort of start a bit of a collection with them, obviously gradually and over time, because as I say, they're still not cheap, but it's a pair of shoes that should last me, I say my lifetime, but at least, you know, at least for the next decade. And I'd much rather buy a pair of shoes that's going to last me that amount of time than vocabulary in place, continuing to buy shoes that don't last that long and end up being, you know, more expensive over time if you're continuing to rebuy, worse for the planet, etc, etc. So I'm very excited. So we're going to try these today. I love how everything comes beautifully boxed as well. They also comes with a shoehorn. They're stunning. They also come with a dust bag as well, by the way, and I will leave them linked. Okay, well, here we are. Let's do this. Probably my least favourite place in the whole entire world. This is one place where I have no idea what I'm doing, where I'm going. I just want to get out, in and out as quickly as I possibly can. Looking at fireplaces first though, and then I'll find some wood, I think. Oh, maybe some tiling. Let's see what tiling they've got. I found these, which there's 9 of them for £13, and obviously I'm not going to need 9. But they're not that bad, but I kind of want beige, but like a darker beige. Sort of like this, but these are rectangular and I definitely want them in squares. And these are more expensive, but I want that sort of colour. But I think squared is going to work better. I don't know what I'm doing. That's quite nice. But again, with it being rectangle, I'd rather have them in squares because I just don't know. I'm also going to need a trolley and I don't have a pound, so I think I'm going to have to take photos of what I want to maybe ask at the desk. I don't know what to do. Okay, fireplaces. Here we go. So I've seen some online and there's some with about sort of £100 to £150 worth of a difference. And I'm hoping the ones that I'm wanting are in here, but that are super, super realistic. And it might be, it's not that one. I think it's this one here. There's one like this, which is, as we can see, it's £480, which is really expensive, and it is really expensive, but I'm only going to be doing this once, and it looks like a real one. But there's one that's about £150 cheaper, which might be this in black, actually. I think this is the 2, but it's this one in black that I'm wanting. And actually that looks bigger, but it doesn't have, this one doesn't have the underneath, so it does actually look like a real fire. Can you get into them? I mean, that's not on. Can you turn it on? Well, it's saying it is on. Is it supposed to have like a real flame, whereas that does have a real flame? Oh, I don't know. Okay, here we go. Imagining the one on the right in black, which do we think looks more like a log burner? I do think this one does look more like a log burner and a little bit more realistic. It is a lot more expensive. It's actually £220 more expensive. But it is something that I'm going to use and look at a lot, I think. So I think it is the better option. I mean, for £85, that one's really, really cute up there. But I do just think that looks like a realistic fire. It really does, doesn't it? I do think that's going to look lovely underneath. I think I am going to do it. I do like that one, but automatically I'm kind of thinking they don't look, or maybe it's just the door that's broken that they don't look square, but that again already puts me off a bit because it's on the wonk, whereas that one looks really, really well made, and it's the one that I've seen on TikTok. It's the one that I've read all the reviews about. That's obviously the big daddy version. I'm not spending this amount of money, but should we see the difference? It's the same brand. Oh, I don't know how you turn that one on. Is that one electric? Remote control? Yeah, I don't know how you turn that one on. I think we're going to do this one today. I don't know how heavy it is, probably really heavy. Oh, there's no way I'm going to be lifting that myself at home. I'm going to have to get help, I think, but yeah, we're going to do it. I now need to find these fake pipes, which apparently they have somewhere. I'm assuming it's going to be somewhere over here, maybe? I feel like it's looking for a needle in a haystack in here. Okay, found it. We're going to have this one, I think. And now all I need is wood. Down we go. Well, I'm not very good at trolley driving on the best of days, but I got my wood. Okay, to the left. Ah, straight open. Try and get this through the doors if we can. Okay. And so far, so good. I'm not about to make it my natural habitat, don't get me wrong, but we're not doing too badly. And now I've got a trolley, I can go get my tiles. So back out we go. Well, the queen of measuring, the queen of everything strikes again because Madam is having to drive home with the boot open because the wood is, yeah. So we've got 20 minutes to drive at like 20 miles an hour with my hazards on, which I've just put on now, and I'm driving home like this, which is just wonderful. Which also means no home sense today because not the safest thing to leave my car open. Looking worse for wear, but I'm home. I have a coffee, I've just had some toast, I'm starving. Somehow it's 3 o'clock. I don't know how it's suddenly 3 o'clock. I'm gonna down the caffeine and I am going to soapy warm water and a scrubbing brush to get the stickers off of my tiles. And then I need to get these babies out because they've got so much energy in the sunshine, haven't you? Good morning everybody, it is a fresh day, and on this fresh day I'm not coming onto the camera because I look atrocious. I stayed up until midnight last night stripping the fireplace around. This morning I've painted it, it's drying, and then I bought these stick-on tiles from Amazon. I've got Gilmore Girls on in the background, I've got a cup of coffee by the side of me. I have 2 boxes and I'll leave them linked just in case they're of interest to you guys.
We sincerely apologize.
Professor Asher Fleming. Inferior to you.
I agree.
But it doesn't mean that you can speak to them as
Hello everybody. I always have this one day, I think, on my YouTube vlogs every week where I'm like, today we're not judging me, and we're not judging me today. I've just finished painting and I will show you, I think I'll show you the rest of the fireplace once it's done because you're quite finished down there, Bridge. The painting looks amazing, I'm really happy with it. And then also tomorrow I have a handyman coming who is going to basically put everything together for me on the wall. So all of that is being finished tomorrow. I'm desperate to get my nails done, they're hanging on by a thread. But I've just had a delivery and I have been collecting this particular collection for the last, I think I started just before lockdown, and it's the Spode Blue Italian. Let me show you what I've got, because I've been building my collection for a while, but because I've been clearing so much space, I now have the room to be buying some more bits and pieces, and especially because it's a lot more popular now, I don't just have to have it as collectives, I can now use it too, which I know we shouldn't be like that, and we should use what we want to use when we want to use it, not just because something's in trend, but I'm very much an easy sell. I'm a very easily influenced person, and that is just how I live my life. Blue Italian Spode oven glove. I've been wanting a new oven glove for a while. My Dalesford one is old. I then got a set of 4 napkins. If you watched my last video and I did the Mrs. Alice haul, I was like, I need some blue and white napkins. Well, you can't get better in my opinion, especially for me, my house and my collections, than the Blue Italian Spode. I got 2 of these and I was like, if I really like them, I might get another 2, just so I've always got 4 if ever I'm hosting, and I actually do really like them. So just these really gorgeous mugs. Probably thinking about it, should have got 4 in a couple of weeks to months time. I'm not going to be, well, I have lots of deliveries coming because obviously I'm off to America, but from today, because I go next week, I'm going to try and not order anything basically, because I'm somebody that if I order something I like to enjoy it, and I'm weird, like I know that if I was to order something amazing, like for example the dining table and chairs that I showed you guys last week, I got them the day that I went to Portugal, and the whole time I was in Portugal I was not sad, but I was thinking about my dining table and chairs that I didn't get to enjoy before I went, and I know that sounds so weird, but I just like to enjoy things, and I know that if I order something now I haven't got long enough to enjoy it before I go away, so I can wait till I get back and enjoy things. I know, it's bizarre. I just gave myself about 10 paper cups. Ow. I'm having one of those days. I think the reason I'm having one of those days as well is I've recently invested in a walk pad from Amazon. For days, specifically for the days we get the majority of the time in the UK, it's very hard to get your steps in, and one thing that I wanted to do this year was to get 10k steps every single day, and unless I've gone on an actual walk itself for a very long time, I average 3,000 to 5,000 steps a day, which I don't personally think is enough, and I'm not at the gym every day, I'm not busting my bum off every day, and I don't know, I've been doing it for the last 4 days now, waking up a little bit earlier and just walking for an hour on the walk pad while watching YouTube, doing my emails, catching up on podcasts and all things like that. Within that hour I average around 8,000 steps, which then I know that by the end of the day I'm 100% going to be getting at least 10,000 steps a day, so the majority I'm getting, so actually I've started now going from like 3,000 steps a day to over 10,000, but I'm really enjoying it. I just stopped my hour a second ago for my shower, so I'm just feeling a bit wobbly, as I haven't had lunch yet and I'm definitely hungry. So I think this is the last thing, it might be, I'll have a look. These are some more plates. We have these plates, I just don't have enough. I think I've got 4 of the bowls, 4 of the side plates, 4 of the pasta bowls I think, and then 2 dinner plates, which isn't enough, and especially if I'm going to start hosting. The girls' night on Tuesday actually has just been cancelled because there is a cold within the group and I don't want a cold before I go away. So I've got 2 of the smaller dinner plates, 2 of the bigger ones as well, which I already, as I said, I've already got 2 of the bigger ones. More in my collection, basically. Well, it's turned out to be the most beautiful afternoon, and at the top of this hill we enter a really beautiful common. It's such a stunning part of the New Forest. Girlies are here loving life, and it's one of my favourite walks because we've had a lot of rain recently and it's still quite clean. Obviously it's damp, but the doggies should still come home nice and clean and not super muddy. The same with my boots. I feel like there's times and there's places for mud and muddy boots, and a lot of the time in the winter you don't get the luxury of choice with that. So as and when I do, I choose no mud, and not every day do I fancy bathing my doggies either. So this is a really lovely option because it's basically a gravel path, near enough the whole way round. So it's nice for me. The girls can go off track if they want to, but it's still quite dry, and that is what we like. Okay, nearly at the top. The sun is slowly setting as well. I've been trying to get out as quickly as I can. And we reach the common, and we'll more than likely see lots of horses, potentially some cows. It all goes on over here. I just love where I live. I'm so lucky. We've got the happiest little puppy doggies in the whole wide world. And I think I live in one of the most beautiful places in the world. I must admit, I'm a very lucky girl. Outfit very different today. We've just got some flared leggings on from Tala. I've got my favourite Ariat boots, which I talk about all the time. They are the best. Tala socks. I've got an Ariat coat. I've got a pink cap on, hair in my mouth, hair in my face. Not the day to take fashion advice from me, I must admit. And not to speak too soon, but it feels like spring. It's 10 degrees outside, 10 degrees. And I've just got a lightweight jacket on, 1 thin jumper, 2 layers. And I'm not even slightly cold, no gloves on. Nails still need doing, that is a day after tomorrow's job, I think. It's one of those things I'm just having to keep putting off and off and off and off because of time and life and whatever. And they are literally hanging on. Try and divert through this puddle. Well done, Maggie. But literally hanging on by a thread. So hair tomorrow, nails the day after, just become a new woman. All this DIY malarkey has got me into a bit of a pickle. I'm at the point where the house just sort of needs to be finished now so I can go back to my girly ways, go back to my feminine energy of not having dry, horrible hands. I'm such a girly girl. Really enjoy sort of getting my sort of hands dirty, I guess, but only for so long. The beauty of my walk pad and getting 8,000 steps in within the first hour of waking up is that now I'm way over 10,000 steps and I've only just started the next walk. So my body and my mind and everything's forgotten that I've already done a walk this morning. And so I'm not kind of sat there thinking, oh, I'm tired or oh, my legs hurt, because I've forgotten about it. I'll leave the one that I'm using linked in the description box as well, because it was the cheapest one that I found too, and it's fantastic. It is heavy, but it is easy enough to slide under the sofa if I want to. New Forest ponies. Zoomies. One of the paths is blocked and flooded, so we're going to go off-roading a little bit, and it is a tiny bit damp. There's me saying, oh, we're not going to get super muddy. Definitely going to get some damp toes on them today. Oh. So fast. Like he says, it splashes. And this is what I mean when I say we're so lucky. Just wild horses everywhere. Bridget is having the time of her life. Come on, angel doggy. Mummy's angel. Look at you. Mummy's baby. Say hello to everybody. Oh, such a good girl. Here comes trouble. Oh God, this is going to give zoomies. Maybe not. Maybe so. Yeah. No. Oh, made it. Here we go. Oh! Oh, darling, you have to get your feet wet. And candy floss, guys. Honestly, when I tell you guys that everywhere Maggie goes, she always gets complimented on how white she is and how she always stays so clean, and I just don't know how she does it. It actually feels like spring today. My hair is fresh, it's gorgeous. I've still got the electric stove in the back because the guy is coming to do it today and I need help carrying it out because she's so heavy. But we passed Marks and Sparks on the way home, so we're going to go and do a food shop too. To the girlies like myself, this is the top M&S tip. If you're trying to be healthier and you have a sweet tooth in the morning, I personally love an English breakfast tea with a biscuit. M&S has shortbread flavoured tea and it is delicious. You genuinely feel like you're having the biscuit even though you're not, so I cannot recommend that anymore. And now it is time to head home and see how the fireplace progression is coming on. It's such a lovely day. It's not a day to be installing a fireplace. I feel like I'm 6 months too late, but I will appreciate it this autumn. And I'm sure there's going to be some sad, soggy spring days, I'm sure. But I feel like because I'm going away at the very end of winter, beginning of spring, when I come home, it's going to be spring. And so I'm probably definitely installing this at the wrong time. But anyway, we're ahead of the game for next year, or for later on this year. Bridgie says hello. She's sat in the sunshine and it's not finished, but it's nearly there. It's not styled. Obviously, I'm going to get something so that you can't see the TV wire, and I'm having to run straight back out to B&Q because there's not enough tiles for him to have finished the job today. So obviously the tiles are not staying like this. This is just temporary, just so I can at least vision how it's going to eventually look. I'm really happy with my tiling. I think that looks lovely at the back. The painting looks lovely. I'm going to pop into HomeSense all the while I'm in B&Q because this is super skinny and it's so close to the TV that I'm going to basically have to be very careful with what I'm styling it with, but there's lots of little marks on the walls that I can't cover basically, that I'm having to hide things with, so the reality of behind the candle, but I don't just want a row of candles along here. So I'm going to have a little look in HomeSense, see what we can see. I might get some candlesticks, like some long ones, and just put a fake LED candle in there, because obviously I'm not going to be able to burn any candles up here because it's so close to the TV. And if anybody's thinking the TV's very high, I know it is. It's just the only place in this room that it can go, unfortunately, and my neck has got used to it, so that's good. Also to be obviously moved around is all the candles under here. I just moved them from what was originally on top of there, and the wires and things all need hiding. There's lots left to be done, but just for like a basic view, this is kind of what we've got. And when this is on, which I will show you at some point, it looks like a real fire. It looks like a real log burner, which is fantastic. So this is the half finished look, and it already looks so much better than before. But now let's go to HomeSense. Arrival at Mother. Now I'm not sure why the phone camera is bringing up the flames as yellow, because they're definitely orange, but oh my gosh, I'm so happy. And I know it's not done yet and it isn't finished yet, but just the whole vibe, Gilmore Girls, but oh, it's so cozy. I bought some new frames from HomeSense today and I'm picking up some photos to pop in them tomorrow. I'm so annoyed this is coming through as yellow because it's genuinely orange, I promise. It literally looks like a real fire. I need to get a wire tidy for down there, pop the wire behind the surround once the tiling is done. For now the tiling is what it is. I just put a blanket down for Maggie because she's loving lying in front of it, bless her little heart. But oh my gosh, I'm so happy. I just think this whole area automatically looks so much more beautiful now. Good morning, everybody. I'm just sat on the floor, actually. I've just filmed a TikTok to this side of me because I've just unboxed an Ariat delivery, which is specific for my Nashville trip next week. I'm so excited. So we're gonna start with cowboy boots, Western boots, whatever you want to call them, because pair one are just that girl. They're so stunning. I just can't wait. I still haven't found the time to get my nails done, but I'm hoping this afternoon I can just rush out and get them done. But I need to at some point go through my spring-summer wardrobe and get some pieces out of storage. But these, with some denim shorts, bootcut jeans, white little dresses. And I wore a brand new pair of Western boots from Ariat to the Taylor Swift Eras tour last year. Brand new, hadn't walked them in. I was really concerned for my feet because not only was it going to be a lot of walking, but it was going to be so much dancing, and I was on my feet all night long. At least 8 hours, I would say, and my feet were perfect. I've then got these Western boots, which are a little bit more everyday sort of workwear vibes. We are hoping to go to a brunch while we're out there, and I thought these would be the perfect Western boots to ride in. Also as well, just for the everyday walking around, having the best time. Super, super comfortable. These feel really just lovely and cushiony as well. And I love the fact that they are a really gorgeous tan/brown leather, but I love different kind of thread in the embroidery as well. Just so fun. Love the bright pink lining. These are just girly and cute, but with a sense of being sensible throughout the day. I've then got the ultimate Western belt. I'll leave everything linked as well, by the way. And I'm 99.9% sure that you can buy these both in the UK and in America, because I know that my following is split, and I know that I've got a lot of horsey American girlies that follow me as well that might like to treat themselves to some of this beautiful stuff. So I'll leave everything linked. But this belt with bootcut jeans, I'm just living for it. I cannot wait, and I know the reality. I bought myself a new suitcase because I needed a new large suitcase. But the reality of me more than likely having to bring another one back, I'm kind of going out there the same as I did with HomeSense the other day of if it's gonna make me feel happy. Because this may be the only time that I go to Nashville. I mean, I'm hoping it isn't, but it might be. But the other reason I'm going to Nashville, of course, / to America, is for the food. And you can bet your left arm that I am going to be indulging. I've been putting in a lot of hard work behind the scenes at the moment, and I don't want to lose all of that. So the hotel that we're staying at has a gym, and me and my friend have already said every morning we will go to the gym. So I've got this jumper, which looks like just a jumper from the front, but the back, it says cowgirl. And I just thought this on top of a sports bra because it's going to be warmer than the UK. I think it's averaging sort of 15 to 20 degrees the week that we go. But when the sun goes behind the clouds, or if it's early in the morning, late in the evening, lighter layers I think are still going to be needed. It's going to be perfect for these mornings at the gym. Then have the ultimate denim jacket. Again, as I said, with weather, light layers, light jackets are going to be perfect. And this. It also says that it's water repellent, which is amazing actually. But I've got this in a size small, it's an oversized fit, and it's just vibey, isn't it? It's so vibey. And then gym mornings, for sort of very casual mornings, maybe grabbing a coffee, going out for breakfast, I have the ultimate cowgirl cap. Honestly, I love her. I just think she's so cute, super comfortable as well, and she's just fitting the vibe, isn't she? Okay, imagine me. Denim jacket, this cap, these boots. I look like I'm all the gear and no idea, but I'm here for it. I definitely need to get a cowgirl hat whilst I'm out there as well, especially if we go to a ranch. I want the cowgirl whole experience. Lastly, sort the hat hair out, I've got another hoodie, which I think I'm actually going to pack in my carry-on suitcase because the Ariat hoodies are the best quality hoodie. They wash so well, they're fantastic for everyday duties, if that makes sense, in the outdoor world. So I used to muck out in these when I did my horses myself. I've ridden in them, I've gone through the trenches in them basically, and they wash perfectly, but they're just such a great sturdy material that yet so soft and snuggly and comfortable in the middle as well. So this is in a really nice burgundy colour. It's a 3/4 zip hoodies, which is really nice. I like having this because it's easy to get on and off. And yeah, it's one of their I think it is one of their workwear ones, which does make it that extra bit sort of heavy duty in terms of you can wear it through the trenches, and it is just so snuggly and warm. So that is my mini Ariat haul. I've got lots of other stuff that's due to come for this trip and the Devon trip, but I'm conscious on getting this up in time so that I can get prepared for next week. So excited for Nashville, and I just want to thank you guys as well, because I have specific followers who are just so supportive, and your comments every week just really make my day. They make my vlog. Just so lovely to know that my content matters and that my content is enjoyed, and one specific follower is just amazing. She lives in the US and she has emailed me with all of the recommendations that she can think of for Nashville. She's gone so far and above out of her way to do so, and I'm so grateful. You know who you are, and I'm sending you all of the love and the thanks. Good morning everybody. Today it's really beginning to feel like spring is beginning to spring. Managed to get my nails done late last night. I went for the same colour, just had them much shorter so they're more easy to manage, and this morning I've got my 10,000 steps in already. I've been using that walk pad every single morning for just over an hour, and this morning was one of those mornings where I didn't really fancy going on it because I feel like it does take effort to do it in your home, but the second it's done I feel so good, and it's done. And I've done my exercise before the day started, and by the time the day's finished I've forgotten I'd even done it this morning. So this is now day 6 or 7 on the trot of using my walk pad and making sure that I'm getting I'm averaging 10 to 20,000 steps a day depending on what I'm doing after my 10,000 step walk. So week 1, what I've noticed, my mood is so much lighter and brighter. My sleep, honestly, I zonk. The second my head hits the pillow, I'm out, and I'm waking up in routine. I'm waking up full of energy, ready to go again, and I'm loving it. Within a few days, my steps are so much lighter. Like I feel like I'm treading on water as I walk. What was first quite a power walk for me at the beginning of my week is now seeming like a really nice sort of brisk walk. Difference in my body, not doing much else around it. Like I'm still eating really well. I am eating well, as in healthy well, but I'm eating well as in I'm not reducing food intake, and I've noticed such a change in my body as well, which is all really exciting. So that is what I've done so far this morning. I've been doing my emails as I do it as well, so that I'm not sort of wasting time in terms of exercise. And I'm now on my way to go and see Ringo. Hi, handsome boy with the grubby nose. Grubby nose. Hi, baby. Oh, nice teeth. What big teeth you have. I think someone's just had their lunch. Have you just had your lunch? Trying to eat my zip. It's quite naughty doing that. It is. Yes. My bestest friend in the whole wide world. He's got my zip and he's happy. Thank you. We're ready. Oh, someone's in there being lunched. Oh, that'd be fun. The dream, ladies and gentlemen, watching my doggies have the zoomies whilst I'm riding. Luckily Ringo's not in the mood for racing today because Bridget's literally been zooming straight past us. He's actually been a really good boy. We've had our first, let me turn you around actually so I can have a chat. But we've actually trying to like ride and steer on the buckle, and our steering's not the best at the best of times. Oh, here comes Maggie. Maggie's been for a wander. Here she comes. Hi, baby. But we've had our first canter today since the new year, to be honest, since he's had his colic, and he went into the canter in a rodeo, which was great fun. But I just did a couple of strides just to slowly build it up, and I don't want to be building it up too much anyway right now because obviously I'm away for a couple of weeks. I think I'm going to get one more chance to ride before I do go away. So I'm just doing lots of trot work, lots of stretchy work, trying to sort of build the muscles back up in his crest, over his back, and just take things slowly because I am set for quite a busy year and I just want to slowly build the fitness up. Like there's no real rush for anything, and it's just lovely having a chill, having a stretch, and just enjoying each other's company just like this without any pressure of competing or anything like that right now. I think the scare at the beginning of the year with him has just really put life into perspective, and just to take life for how it is. Beep beep girls. And just enjoy every moment basically, which is exactly what I'm trying to do. And the sun is shining, it is a beautiful day. This way we're not quite done dingy. And yes, feels like finally spring is sprung, or has sprung, and lighter and better days are coming.